Charles S. Luck Jr. started the company in 1923. We had our first quarry, Sunnyside Granite Company, which was behind Windsor Farms. As we grew, well, particularly from about 1985 to 2000, we had tremendous growth in our organization. And that's a blessing and a curse. Prior to that tremendous growth, Charles Luck Jr. and then Charles S. Luck III, who's currently our chairman, could get out to every location. They knew every associate by name, probably knew their spouses' names, their children's names. And so the culture of the company was the culture of the Luck family. But we went through tremendous growth. Charles S. Luck IV took over as CEO in the mid-90s. And he began to realize that as we had tripled, doubled, tripled, quadrupled in size, that we had lost a little bit of that culture. So the year, late 90s, early 2000s, Charlie said something's got to change. So he got with our former VP of HR, Jay Kaufman, and they went out into the world to look at what could they do to restore. They knew we had to evolve as an organization, but what could we do to break the trend to keep us from looking like all the companies that I described at the beginning of the presentation? What we started with was developing a set of organizational values. We also started with having our leadership team look at themselves, understand who they were, what they valued, what their styles were, how they communicated to each other, and we began to sort of establish a code for Luck companies. And we wrapped that code around this idea of values-based leadership, which is living, working, and leading in alignment with your personal core values, principles, and beliefs to in turn ignite the extraordinary potential in those around you. So there are a couple of ideas there. One is this idea of core values and organizational values. I've already talked about that. The other really important idea for us, and this is what has helped Luck on this journey. It doesn't mean that it's what's going to be right for your organization. But for us, the other piece was this idea that everyone has extraordinary untapped potential. And so we changed our mission. We took, again, the foundation of values-based leadership, and we changed our mission to we would ignite human potential through values-based leadership and positively impact the lives of others around the world. So then we thought about, okay, there's a human case for this, but there's also a business case for values-based leadership. And so we came upon this idea of doing good, making a difference, that's our mission, positive impact, is the best path to doing well, personal and business performance. And that values-based leadership for us is how we do good and why we do well. And when we came upon this idea, it really coalesced this for me, and I think really generated some excitement around the company, because up to that point, we had struggled to think about, okay, now we're going to talk about values and leadership, all right, and now we're going to go over here and we're going to crush some rocks. And now we're going to do leadership, and now we're going to crush rocks. And this tied those two things together. Values-based leadership and our values journey is how we crush rocks, and it's why we exist as a company. And so we've bolted or augmented our mission with this idea of our value proposition and doing good to do well. This is a little bit more of a framework, and this is adapted from Bill George's book, Authentic Leadership. So we took this and personalized it for ourselves. So the business case really begins to take hold here. If you have ignited and engaged associates, you can deliver service and innovation excellence, and then you start to achieve customer and stakeholder loyalty, and revenues and profits go up. So I've talked a little bit about financial results, but we're really proud of this. After 5 years or 6 years of working with Hay Group, they finally told us that you are in fact top 1% in the world around engagement. If you're going to make a transition in your organization, you've got to start with your leadership and get leadership aligned around what your purpose is as an organization and what your organizational values are. And then you evolve the code, and it's really important because that word is intentional. It's not make the code, it's evolve the code, because it will change. And we've gone back, our values have stayed the same, but we've evolved some of the behaviors underneath our values over time with the world that changes around us and as we change our focus. And then again, we probably did this a little early. That's what we started with Guy Klumpner in the room, but assess and develop leaders. So make sure that your leaders have the knowledge, skills, and ability, understand themselves, understand others, understand your purpose, so that then you can carry that message throughout the organization. Operationalize and activate, so tools, rituals. And we have spent a tremendous amount of time and effort carrying this message all the way down to the face of the quarry. And then live, evaluate, and evolve. Execute, track, and then, as I said, make adjustments over time, because things will change. And then I'll close with this. If you have a core set of values, you exist for a purpose beyond making money. If you do this and commit to it, the making money will occur. and continually renew yourself from within, you will stand the test of time.